Mick to get devastating news from Whitney. EastEnders spoilers follow. EastEnders' Whitney Dean will make a devastating admission to Mick as Gray's story draws to a close. Whitney, Shona McGarty, already knows the truth about Chantel's tragic death back in 2020 and will come to another horrifying conclusion in upcoming scenes. As the Carters reel from the news that Tina is dead, Janine breaks their confidence by spreading the information around the square. She tells Sonia and Whitney about Tina, leaving them both heartbroken. BBC. It doesn't take Whitney long to put two and two together, and she quickly realizes that Gray was responsible. Shaken, Whitney reveals to Mick that she thinks Gray killed Tina. With Mick struggling to process Whitney's bombshell, Shirley demands to know what's happening. Despite Mick's doubts, everything falls into place for Shirley, and she vows to end Gray for good. BBC. Shirley storms out of the Vic to find him before attempting to break down Gray's door. This panics Gray, who tells Chelsea they need to leave, and fast, but will justice prevail? BBC. Speaking about next week's scenes, Shona McGarty, who plays Whitney, said exclusively to Digital Spy, "I wouldn't say it takes too long for Whitney to realize what happened to Tina. She thinks back on past events when Tina went missing and figures it out herself. She has a realization, and then she just goes into this complete shock. Because now the reality is Gray is in fact a murderer." BBC. Shona added, Whitney goes back to the past events and puts all the missing pieces all together, and it all starts to make sense. She goes into shock and has a bit of a panic attack. Then of course, she has to tell Mick. She knows he needs to know the truth so he can stop worrying and have some closure. She also feels like she can trust Mick with the information, but it's awful. It's so hard for her. He doesn't believe her completely in the beginning either, which then means that Whitney has to go back and explain all the events leading up to Tina's death and why it makes sense to her. It's heartbreaking, he doesn't want to believe it. And then of course, he has got to tell Shirley. EastEnders airs these scenes on Monday, March 6th and Tuesday, March 7th on BBC One. Read more EastEnders spoilers on our dedicated homepage. This content is created and maintained by a third party and imported onto this page to help users provide their email addresses. You may be able to find more information about this and similar content at piano.io.